Number 2, Nathan Huey. Number 8, Joaquin Gonzalez. Number 11, Joao Moreira. Number 12, Edward Atangana. Number 15, Matthew Roberts. Number 16, Sam Miller. Number 18, Caden Miller. Number 24, Johan Gareca Torres. And number 25, Felix Tellez Ramirez. Head coach for the Jets is Cliff Brown. And now the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers. The captain, a freshman from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 25, Christian Baker. In goal, a freshman from Gonzales, Louisiana, number 13, Dylan Stahl. A senior from Bryant, Arkansas, number 2, Henry Terry. Freshman from Brisbane, Australia, number 6, Baden Pond. A senior from Wiley, Texas, number 10, David Stankovich. A junior from Wichita Falls, Texas, number 11, Hagen Sanchez. A junior from Cedar Hill, Texas, number 19, Evan Jordan. A junior from Sherwood, Arkansas, number 27, Eli Jenkins. A freshman from Caracas, Venezuela, number 30, Daniel Marcano. A freshman from Rowlett, Texas, number 33, C.J. Washington. And a junior from Richardson, Texas, number 41, Bobby Boone. Head coach for the Tigers is Chris Lawson. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise to honor America and those who serve it for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to another Tiger soccer game here at Cluck Field. This time's brought to you by Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're excited to have this game here today. We have the Newman State Jets versus the Ouachita Tigers. It's going to be a good, exciting game here today. One note before we get kicked off is that we do not have a score bug today due to some technical difficulties. Another note, Ouachita is playing in black today. The Jets are in white. Both teams coming off of ties last week, or in their last game rather. Ouachita played Fort Hays State, the leader of the conference, last Thursday, tied 0-0 there. The Jets are coming away from a tie at Harding, the score 1-1 there. It's about 80 degrees here, 10-mile-an-hour per hour wind. And we're underway. Washita is going to start with the ball. Working up the far side of the field. Daniel Macarno sends a through ball. Now cross it to the middle of the field. Latier. Back to Macarno. Both teams here averaging about 6 shots per game. Both teams have about a 50% shot on goal percentage. Newman has the ball. Happy to pass it around in their third of the field. Good through ball. It's going to be number 15, Robert Matthews. Had a piece of it, but ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for the Jets. Jets advancing the ball here in Washita's third of the field. Gets deflected up. It's number 25 with it now. Towards the near side of the field. Jets reset the play, looking to make something happen here at midfield. It's number 16, Sam Mueller with the pass. That goes to Caden Miller. Washita playing tough defense, not allowing anything to happen. Jets still trying to advance it into Washita's third of the field. We'll do that by going down the far sideline. Good through ball, 1-2. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita throw in. Eben Jordan gets a piece of it. He's going to start running up the far side of the field. Take a second to look around. Surveys the field. This one goes to Bobby Boone. Back to Baker. Washita coming off of an impressive tie against the conference leaders, Fort Hays State. Didn't allow any goals to be scored, in large part to Dylan Stahl, the goalkeeper for Washita today. He had 9 saves that game. Did an excellent job keeping the goal clean. Jets here working up the near side of the field. Back in their own third of the field. Gets it back to the keeper, Cordova, for the Jets. He's going to boot it deep. Little far. It's going to end up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita throw in. Noticeable difference between the Tigers and the Jets. Head coach for the Tiger, Chris Lawson, is in his 3rd season. Head coach for the Jets, Cliff Brown, is in his 35th year coaching. Newman working the ball up the side, ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita throw in. Just over 40 minutes left to play in the half. Again, we apologize for the score bug not being there. If you want to follow today's stats, you can go to obutigers.com/coverage. We'll have live stats there. Evan Jordan now in the goal box, trying to make something happen. Crosses the ball. Good cross there. Stankovic slips while in the goal box, was there to make a play. Jets flipping the field quickly. Work it back to reset. Cordova passes it up. Washita happy not applying pressure yet. See how long that lasts. Sends a through ball. Too far, a little bit of back and forth. Ball ends up in possession of the Jets. Work up the sideline on a fast break. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita throw-in. Evan Jordan gets a hold of the ball. Good dribbling. Works it through to the middle of the field. That's Baden Pond on a fast break. He's going to cross it. Jordan not able to get his foot quite high enough. Good play set up. Little far on the through ball. It's going to end up as a goal kick for the Jets. Again, both teams play very similarly. Jets this far in the season have 88 shots on just shots, and Washita has 93. Washita has 8 goals on the season. Newman State has 9, so Newman State has a little bit of a higher chance of scoring. Evan Jordan gets it off to Baden Pond, middle of the field. A little far there. It's going to end up back with Cordova. Cordova having a really good year, has 61 saves through his 13 games, only allowing about 2.5 goals a game. Dylan Stahl, again, playing really well this season through his 3 starts. He's only allowing 2 goals a game, has 21 saves through his games. Good header by Evan Jordan. Ends up just to the left. May have been offsides there. I'm going to award the ball to the Jets. Cordova looking around. Sends it way down the field, all the way into Washita's third. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita throw-in. That's Hagen Sanchez throwing the ball in. Evan Jordan with a great header to Terry, but ends up out of bounds there. It's going to be a Jets throw-in. In the last 4 games, Washita hasn't been able to score. We'll see if they can change that here today. 10 minutes played through this first half. Score is still 0-0. Jets have been able to get on the board their last 2 games, winning against the conference leaders 2 weeks ago. That's Fort Hays State, and then tying last week against Harding. Jets boot it there. It ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Washita goal kick. Stahl passes it to Eli Jenkins. He's going to send it down the field. Goes to Baden Pond. Henry Terry gets a piece of it. A little too much contact there by the defense, so it's going to be a free kick for Ouachita from a little into Newman's territory. Looks like Christian Baker is going to be the one to take the kick. His teammates line up at the edge of the goal box. Person to watch here, Evan Jordan, Ouachita's shot leader this year. Baker sends it on the ground. Henry Terry gets it. A little bit of back and forth. Jets come away with it, happy to clear it down the field. McCarno says that's not happening. Bobby Boone now with it, passing it around. Jets applying good pressure. Christian Baker up the near side of the field, pretty open. Hagen Sanchez ends up with it. Gonna pass it to Jordan. Jordan looked like he was going for goal there. Deflects off of Jets. It's gonna be a Ouachita throw in. Jordan throws it in quickly. Eben swapping the field. Stankovic trying to get a piece of it. Back and forth before it ends up back with Baden Pond, who sends a through ball. That time intercepted by CJ Washington before it ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Jets throw-in. It's number 2, Nathan Huey, throwing it in. He looks around. Evan Jordan steals it quickly. Back and forth. Jets come away with it. Stankovic runs through number 10 for the other team, Mansion. Kick it off quickly. Ball ends up back with Stahl. Washington again with it, trying to maintain control. Sanchez to help him out. Henry Terry passes it to Jordan. Jordan with some good footwork. Jets clear it down the field. Number 11 for them, trying to track it down, Moira. But is called offside, so it's going to be a Ouachita free kick from that spot. Christian Baker looks to kick it. Sends it deep for Eben Jordan. No luck, but Sanchez on the second effort is going to get a piece of it. Ball going back and forth. Ouachita has been able to keep the ball down in the Jets' territory thus far. Jordan crosses the ball. It's going to be a header. Well defended by Newman. Ends up with Sanchez. Mercano looking at goal. Not able to get good contact. Ends up too high there. It's going to be a goal kick for Newman. .30 minutes left to play here in the first half. Person to watch for Newman here is Matthew Roberts. Matthew Roberts has 21 shots on the season, 11 of those going near the goal. He's got a good shot on goal percentage at 50%. He's scored twice this year, but he also has an assist. Ball ends up out of bounds there. Off of Washita. Newman throws it in. Henry Terry applying some pressure. Terry ends up with it. Not able to keep control of it. Jets will take the ball back. Again, Jets in white today, Washita in black. Jets trying to make something happen. Christian Baker saying no way. Gets his foot on it. Jets maintaining pressure on Washita's defense, now in the goal box. It's number 25, Ramirez. Looking to make something happen. Good shot. Looking towards that top left-hand corner. Wasn't able to make it connect, though. Just off to the top left. Evan Jordan ends up with it. He's going to pass it to Washington. Stahl passes it up. Good effort there by the Jets. One of their first drives deep into Washita's territory. Really was a great kick there as well. Just missed high to the left. Score still 0-0. Baker leads Jordan to the near sideline. It's cleared by the Jets. It's going to be a Washita throw-in. That time Gonzalez clearing it. Hagan Sanchez throwing it in for Washita, looking around, trying to make something happen. Officially reached the halfway mark of this first half. Jets now working it up quickly on a fast break. Gonna settle it down a little bit. Washita may have the numbers here. Evan Jordan sends one towards the goal. Good stop there by Cordova. Bounced off of his chest there. Very well defended. Looks like he may have been hurt on that play. He's gonna lay down for a moment. Make sure he's doing all right. May just got the wind knocked out of him there. There's a fastball by Evan Jordan. Both teams will get some water in them. Again, 80 degrees today. Little warm. No clouds in the sky today. Hydration nonetheless important. to stop the clock here at 26.5 minutes. Both coaches taking the opportunity to give their team some notes. If you're just joining us, score is 0-0. A slight break in the action. Both teams now coming back on the field. Again, we don't have the score or the time on the screen due to some technical difficulties. If you want to keep track of the score as well as some stats, go to obutigers.com/coverage. We'll have all the live stats updated there. Washita had a quick turnaround coming into this game. Finished a game Thursday, had a couple days of rest, and now back on home field here. Play resumes. Jets start with it deep in their own third. Crossing the field. Ball goes back and forth, ends up off of, looks like, Washita there. We're going to have a substitution for Newman State here. That's Maddie BK coming in for the Jets. Washita applying pressure here. Baden Pond not going to let it go easily. Ends up back with Cordova. He's going to look around before he boots it well down the field. He's definitely got a leg. Ends up out of bounds. Quick throw in by the Jets. Try and catch Washita sleeping. Through ball by the Jets. Stopped there. Bobby Boone's going to send it up the field, not before it's stopped by the Jets. They're down after a little bit of contact. Evan Jordan aggressive there. It's number 8 down. It's Gonzalez for the Jets. Free kick coming. Looks like it'll be Cordova who takes it this time. Sends it deep down the field all the way into Washita's goal box. Both teams fighting for possession here, none clearly coming away with it. For Washita able to get a little bit of breathing room there. Stankovic working the far sideline on a fast break. Don't have the numbers, but may have the speed. Stankovic happy to settle the play back down, reset it a little bit. Mercano sends it to Christian Baker in the middle of the field. Good stop by Bobby Boone that time to keep his team with possession. Ends up off of the head of Hagen Sanchez for a throw-in. Jets working up the far side of the field. Into Washita's third. A little bit of back and forth between the two teams. Ref's going to stop play after an offsides by Newman. Washita quickly works it back up. Ends up out of bounds for a Newman Jets throw-in. Both teams have been allowing quite a few shots per game. Newman allowing 16 a game, Ouachita allowing 24. At face value, Newman's defense may be doing their goalkeeper a little bit more of a favor this season. Stahl able to handle himself though. Again, 21 saves through his 3 games. Pond gets a hold of it. Deflected off of Ouachita. Ball ends up back with Stahl, who gets it up to Sanchez. Ouachita now trying to get it out of their own territory. Good touch. Sanchez working through. Looking to send a through ball to Terry. Sanchez ends up back with it, but it's going to be an offsides on Ouachita. It's going to end up back with the Jets. Cordova sends the ball deep. Ouachita quickly retakes possession. Stankovic now working the far side of the goal box. Newman Jets number 6 there. Fitoza able to get the ball out of bounds. Ouachita sending in a couple of substitutions here, one of them being Abije coming in. Number 12, Grant Isbell also coming in, and James Jolly, number 5. Stankovic is coming off as well as Baden Pond. Throw in coming from the far side of the field. Not able to get it back into the goal box, so it's going to be a goal kick for the Jets. Excuse me, that was deflected off of the Jets there, so it's going to be a corner kick for the Tigers. It's going to be Daniel Marcarno from the far side of the field. Ouachita with a lot of movement in the goal box. Header. Henry Terry tracking it down, sends it back to James Jolly. Marcarno sends it through to the box. Evan Jordan with a chance. He tries, but blocked by Newman. Shot. Goal by Henry Terry there. Ouachita great at applying pressure, had a couple balls on goal there. One deflected, but then Ouachita able to continue to play through there, and Henry Terry able to get the deflection off of the keeper, Cordova, and send the ball to the right corner for a goal. Henry Terry, that's his second of the year. Jets, I think, arguing for an offsides there. Referees not giving it to them. Ouachita takes the lead 1-0, 19:21 left to play. Great team effort there by the Tigers. Way to stick with it. Newman and Ouachita have played one other time this year. Ouachita won it 3-1. Up 1 here in the first half. Newman kicks it off. We're gonna reset play, see if they can even things up here. James Jolly working it up. Good 1-2 by the Tigers. Carno switches the field. Christian Baker sends a through ball. Good header by Evan Jordan. Terry trying to get his second. That time Cordova in the way of stopping it. Great header by Evan Jordan, and Terry was in the right spot. Amazing stop by Cordova. Way to be there. Keeping Ouachita's lead to just 1. Ball ends up with Terry. Jets now into Ouachita's territory. This time 11 on 11. That's Sanchez and Morera. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a Ouachita throw-in. We have a substitution. It's Kenneth Huey coming back into play. Ball again ends up out of bounds. This time it's going to be a Ouachita throw-in. Ouachita's defense doing a good job keeping it out of their own territory for the most part. Sanchez going to throw it in. Sends it up the near sideline. Gonzalez Gomez coming into play. He's going to throw it in. Jets take control. Try to send it through. Bobby Boone gets a piece of it. It's up out of bounds for a Ouachita throw-in. 16:22 left to play in the first half. Ouachita up 1-0. And if you want to check the stats for today's game, they're updated live by Jackson Pickard. Go to obutigers.com/coverage. Him and Andy doing a great job keeping the stats for today's game updated. A little bit of contact there. We'll see what the call is. Looks like may have been too much contact. They're going to give the ball to the Jets. Carno sends the ball way deep. Ends up out of bounds. Going to be a Jets throw-in. Number 28 for the Jets coming into play. That's Diego Milas. He's coming in for number 25, Ramirez. Ouachita applying pressure on the Jets. Christian Baker is going to end up with it. Ball changing possession a lot here in the middle. It's a tackle by Ouachita. They're going to give the ball to the Jets after it goes out of bounds. Number 9 comes in for the Jets now. That's Farid Robles. Jets working the middle of the field. This one ends up with Jordan. Jordan with some footwork. Takes the easy pass to Abije. This one is a great through ball. Evan Jordan with a chance to make something happen. Dribbles to the middle of the field. Sends a pass. Jordan now with it again. Looking to make something happen. Splits the defenders. To the left. Ends up out of bounds. Maybe deflected there, so it may be a corner. Be Daniel McCarno taking the corner for Ouachita. Cordova not happy with his defenders. Evan Jordan able to split the two of them for working the left side of that goal box. Ouachita trying to set something up here. Send the ball right to the middle. It's a beautiful corner, not able to capitalize by Ouachita. Some contact there. Referee's happy with it. Both teams may have gotten away with a little too much contact there. It's going to be a Jets throw-in. That time referees stopped play after too much contact. Evan Jordan with the spin move. Too much contact though. It's going to go the other way. It's going to be a free kick for the Jets. Both teams play pretty aggressive. The Jets have 32 yellow cards coming into the game. Ouachita has 27. Newman the league leaders in yellow cards, but Ouachita not far behind them at 4th. Cordova out of the goal box, passing to his teammates. Mercano gets tripped up there, so they stop play. It's going to be a free kick for Ouachita from about midfield. And the first yellow of the game has been given there. Referee not happy with that tackle. It's going to be given to number 24 for the Jets, Garika Torres. They'll take their season total up to 34 yellow cards. 33, excuse me. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. 10.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Tigers up 1-0. Jets trying to swap the field. Ball ends up out of bounds. Quick throw into Evan Jordan. Once again out of bounds. Referee stops the play after a foul there. Marcarno taking it from the near side of the field. His teammates line up at the edge of the goal box. Marcarno has had a couple of really good balls that Washita hasn't been able to capitalize on. Another good one ends up a little high. It's going to be a Washita free kick. Couple of substitutions. Number 19 coming in, Cedric Price for the Jets. Number 16 coming in for Washita, that's Marshall Prather. Henry Terry coming out of the game. .8:40 left to play here in the first half. Both teams seemingly better second half teams. Most of Newman's 9 goals coming in the second half, as well as most of Washita's. Here Washita able to capitalize though here early. We're able to get one on the board about halfway in to the first half. Jets looking to make something happen. Washita deflects, trying to clear the ball down the field. Eben Jordan applying some pressure as the Jets send it up the near side of the field. Abijay able to get it to Prather. Now Jordan working it up the left side of the field. Sends it over. Gets it to the middle. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be Washita throw-in now. Eben Jordan puts one on goal into the safe hands of Cordova. It's going to go down as a save. Jordan sended a bouncer on the ground. Quick takeaway by Washita, ends up back with Jordan. James Jolly gets a piece of it. Ball sent towards the goal. Good punch up by Cordova there. Excellent shot by number 17. That's Gonzalez Gomez. Put it right on target, top of the goal there. Had it not been for the hand of Cordova punching it up, that surely would have found its way to the back of the net. It's going to give Washita a corner kick. This time Bobby Boone taking it. Boone looking around, some movement inside the box as Washita tries to get set for it. Right to the middle. Stop the clock. Referee not happy there with number 16, Marshall Prather. Not quite sure what caused that, but he receives his first yellow card of the game. Looks like he may have gotten an elbow. Referee really didn't like that. Stopped play quickly for that. Both teams with a yellow here through the first half. Ball ends up out of bounds as the Jets were trying to clear it down the field. Washita has 2 subs coming in. This time number 20, Brandon Avila coming in, as well as number 32, Braden Hall. Daniel McCarno will come off the field along with one other Washita player. Referees get it all marked down. It's going to be Gonzalez Gomez throwing it in. Coach for Jets not happy that Washita was able to steal it so quickly. This one ends up back with Christian Baker. Sends it down the left side, looking for Evan Jordan that time, a little far. Jets work it back. Ends up back with Cordova. Washita ends up with the ball deep in Jets territory. Looking to extend their lead with 4 minutes left in this first half. Ball ends up back with Cordova. He's got 3 saves on the day, only has let 1 in. Doing an excellent job keeping the goal clean. Stahl on the other side of the field hasn't seen a lot of action. Only with a couple scares. Washita's defense doing a good job protecting their side of the field. Gonzalez going to throw it in after it ends up out of bounds. The Jets. Jets quickly retake control. Some contact there, and Washita's given another yellow card. This time it's to number 20, Brandon Avila. Possibly too much contact there. It's going to give the Jets a free kick pretty close to the edge of the goal box there. It's going to be number 19 taking it. Although they send 2 people back there, maybe for some confusion. Cedric Price taking it. Washita Lions 2 guys up at the edge of the goal box to protect, make Dylan Stahl's job a little easier. So it actually ended up being number 10, Mansion, taking the free kick. Sometimes you'll see 2 guys line up behind the ball to confuse the goaltender a little bit, confuse the defense as well as to who's taking it. Washita did a good job defending their side of the field as the ball is now deep into Jets territory. Good steal there by number 4, Austin Madubiki. Two minutes left to play in the first half. Washita up 1-0. Newman trying to tie it before the half. A lot of contact there. Play on, says the referee. Ball ends up out of bounds on the near sideline. It's going to be a Jets throw in. 1:45 left to play. Cordova coming up to help his offense out. A minute 20 left to play. Jets try and capitalize here. Number 4 for the Jets, Austin Madabiki, trying to make something happen there.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left here to play. It's going to be a corner from the far side. It's number 19, Cedric Price, taking it. Little too much arguing happening by Newman Jets. Number 28, Diego Milas, was having some words with the referee. Referee stops the clock to address him. Corner given. Washita able to get it out of the immediate threat of their goal box. .30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Washita trying to keep their goal clean to end the half with a lead here. It's going to be a corner kick for the Jets. 10 seconds left to play.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Jets trying to
5,
capitalize on a late
4,
lead. Number 12
3,
tries to boot it
2,
through.
1.
Doesn't get good
0.
contact. Ball ends up out of bounds, and that's how we're going to end the half. Tigers up 1-0. Both teams played incredibly well. Washita did well at keeping the ball down in Newman's territory through the first chunk of the game. Newman able to apply some pressure there to Washita late. Cordova did an excellent job of keeping the goal mostly clean. He had 3 saves, only allowing 1 in the first half. Dylan Stahl didn't have too much excitement on his end until the end there, where he assisted Washita in keeping the goal absolutely clean. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to the second half of Tigers soccer. Tigers lead 1-0 in this one, having the lone goal scored by Henry Terry. About 26 minutes left in the first half. Tigers today, if you're just now able to join us, are wearing black, and the Newman Jets are in white. Get ready to kick off the second half. Newman will start with the ball. It's been exciting game so far. Washita playing really well this one. Able to score once early in. Have 10 shots this game. It's almost double their normal game average. Newman has 3 shots. See if they can pick up that number here in the second half. Both teams are better in the second half. See which team is able to capitalize on that more. Both goalies playing very well today. Newman Jets goalie Cordova has 4 stops today. Did let one in. Jets throw in. Little bit of pushing, so the referee is going to award the ball towards the Jets. Looks like Baden Pond was a little too pushy there. It'll be Mansion taking the kick. Mansion having an excellent season. He's 8th in the conference for shots on goal. He's got 11. Good through ball. Dylan not able to stop that one. Scored there by number 4. That is Matabike. Excellent through ball there. And then Matabike able to get the header to tie up the game. The assist there was from Elias Bugatov. Ball quickly back into play. Jets come up aggressive in the first half, already tying it up 1-1 in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Now Washita try to make something happen. Correction, assist may have been Kenneth Huey there. Have a stoppage for too much contact, that time on Evan Jordan. Cordova will take the kick. Stankovic applying pressure. Washita did an excellent job in the first half, keeping the ball down the field. They spent nearly 40% of their time in the Jets' goal box. Newman spent about 16% of their time in Washita's goal box. A little bit of a difference there, but the score is 1-1. 42 minutes left to play. It's a handball there. It's going to be a kick right outside the goal box for Washita. Looks like Jordan and Stankovic both lining up behind it. Again, teams do this often, send two guys back behind it, confuse the goalie. The Jets are able to line up 5 here in defense, building their wall. Looks like Jordan's going to be the one to take the kick. It's a direct, so he can aim right for the goal here. We'll see what he opts to do, if he tries to set up a play or goes right for the goal. Jordan coming up, strikes it well, just above the right corner. Excellent kick, just a little high. Looks like it may have been deflected there, so it's going to be a Washita corner. Time Baden Pond about to kick it. Washita's corners have been really well set up. They haven't been able to finish one yet, but we'll see if that changes here. Send one deep. Eben Jordan with the bicycle attempt. Jets have some room to play with. Eben Jordan tackles to slow down the play. It's going to be a yellow card for him. Jordan attempts to make sure the Jets weren't able to score there. They certainly had the numbers. I think 5 Jets were out in front of any Washita player, maybe 1 defender alone. Eben Jordan helping his team out there by taking the tackle from behind. Jets send the kick into Washita's goal box. Good header to play it out of there. Macarno ends up with it. Or Stankovic, rather. Now Macarno. Sends a through ball. Henry Terry gets a piece of it. It's up in front. Stankovic trying to get a piece of it. Ends up in the hands of Cordova. Playing at the edge of the goal box. Does an excellent job defending his goal. 40 minutes left to play. Jets already have scored 1. Eben Jordan plays the ball through the middle. That's David Stankovic taking the shot there. Ends up a little high. Great effort. Great pass by Jordan. Great shot kick. So out to Sam Mueller, who kicks it up the field. Jets doing a good job passing it around here. A little far on that ball. Ends up with Dylan Stahl. He looks around to pass. Rolls it over. CJ Washington sends it back to Stahl, who's happy to clear it out of there. Eben Jordan gets it. Now Sanchez sends it through to Jordan. Jordan with the effort play there, keeps it. Ends up on the ground and back to the end of the net. Well done by Eben Jordan. Had a couple of players on him there trying to steal the ball, but he just kept playing through. Kept the ball through it the entire time. Did an excellent job scoring there. Put it on the ground towards the right of the goal. That'll put Washita Tigers up 2-1 with 38-33 left to play. Both teams with a goal here in the second half. Washita with 1 halfway into the first half. I'll take Jordan's goal count for the season up to 3. He's got a couple shots in this one today, coming in to go up after this game is over. Washita applying pressure. Jordan trying to get another one. Mercarno ends up with it. Good pressure by Washita. Mercarno swaps the field, looking for CJ Washington. Doesn't end up with it. Bobby Boone here to play it. He's going to send it to the middle. Ends up in the hands of Cordova. Good attacking there. However, Evan Jordan ends up on the ground. We're going to have a stoppage as Jordan is very slow to get up. Not quite sure what happened there. He's pointing to his head, may have gotten injured there. Looks like the referee is going to send him off and Grant Isbell is going to take his place. That's going to be a huge hurt to Washita. Again, Evan Jordan leads them in shots and shots on goal. Jets taking a chance to do some substitutions. Referee giving some instructions before the play resumes. Henry Terry ends up with it. Passing, Washita staying aggressive here, up by 1. Mercarno crosses it. Henry Terry now with a shot. Up, but ends up in the hands of Cordova. Henry Terry had 11 shots coming into this game, 5 of them on target. He'll add another one on target. Stankovic trying to apply some pressure before Cordova trying to get the ball out of there. I'll end up with Jets at about midfield. Cordova sends the ball deep into Washita territory. Washita trying to get it out of their own side. Good through ball. Stahl ends up on the ground with it. Just trying to make something happen there. Now it'll be Washita's turn on a fast break. Sanchez doing an incredible job. Sends a through ball to Terry, who's not able to track it down. Ends up again back with Cordova. This game is happening simultaneously with the Washita football game. They're playing Arkansas Monticello. See who comes up on top there. Jets playing aggressively on Washita's territory. Send it to the middle of the goal box. Washita clears it out. Trying to track it down as Grant Isbell not able to do it. Ball ends up out of bounds. Have another Washita player down right now. It looks like that may be CJ Washington, number 33. Have a couple substitutions coming in for the Jets, but we stop. Is for Washita here. Evan Jordan went out a second ago. This time CJ Washington on the ground. We'll see if he's okay. Washita with their 2 goals today in their 4-game goalless streak. Playing well today. Washita has only scored over 1 in one other game. That was their earlier win against Newman State this season. Newman Jets have not scored more than 1 on the season. They'll have to change that in hopes of a win here. CJ Washington coming off, James Jolly taking his place. Obviously some concern for Washington as he comes off the field. Trainer's going to take a look at him. Play's going to resume. Looks like it's going to be a Washita throw in here. .34.5 minutes left to play here in the second half. Tigers lead 2-1. Again, we don't have that score and time graphic up today. We apologize for that, but to keep up with live stats, you can go to obutigers.com/Tiger. We have Jackson Pickard and Andy Gilton updating those stats live for you today. Another player down. Time is 24. That's Garika Torres for the Jets. Coach wanted a foul there. Referee not awarding it after there was no contact. Stankovic throwing it in. Sends it down the field. Henry Terry applying pressure. Cordova trying to get it out of his side of the field. Again, Washita does a great job this game of applying pressure. About 35% of the time keeping the ball in the Jets' goal box. Caden Miller sends the ball deep. Stankovic comes away with it. Mercarno try and get it out of their side. Mercarno's on the floor. Gets back up. There's a lot of contact happening here in the second half. A couple of stops throughout the game. Dylan Stahl goes up to grab it. Ends up on the ground. Does a great job playing through. Dangerous. He had to jump over a couple players to get his hands on that one. Glad the contact didn't result in an injury there. Him and 2 of his teammates as well as a Jet all going up for that one. But does a good save there. Stankovic passes it back to Boone. Gonna reset the play. Jets playing aggressive pressure defense here. Too aggressive there, so it's gonna end up with the Tigers. Referee is giving number 9 there a warning, saying he's playing very aggressive. That's Farid Robles. Now Washita the ones applying pressure. Good defense by both teams, not wanting to give up any time of possession. Ball ends up out of bounds off of the kick from Cordova. You're going to throw it back in. We have a substitution coming in. It's Gonzalez Gomez coming in to play for the Tigers. A third of the way into this one, 30 minutes left to play here in the second half. Christian Baker is going to track this one down, send it out of bounds. So it's going to be a Jets throw-in from about halfway into Ouachita's territory. Coming into this one, both teams just at one win. Ouachita has 3 ties on the season. Newman Jets have 2. Ouachita up half a game. Both teams at the back of the conference. Both teams have played well against the conference leader, though. Newman State's sole win coming against Fort Hays State. And Ouachita tied them last week. Both teams capable of winning. Stankovic running up quickly with the ball, trying to make something happen. Good cross, sends a ball towards the goal with his left foot. But Cordova gets on top of it, deflected once and then fell on top of it. Good play by him. Now he's going to dribble it out of the goal box and send it into Ouachita's territory, but it ends up out of bounds. Good strike there by Stankovic. Definitely had the opportunity to end up in the back of the net. Good hands by Cordova, though. It's his 5th save. Both teams fighting for possession of the ball. Jets come away with it before it swaps possession to Ouachita. First half possession was 52% for Ouachita, 48% for Newman. Good fast break there by Sanchez trying to get it. Henry Terry ends up with it, but Newman able to take back control. A little too much contact that time, but by Gonzalez Gomez. It's going to be a free kick for Newman. Gonna have a stoppage after yet another injury here. This time it's number 4. That's Matabike coming off the field. He had their goal earlier, about 2 minutes into this first half, or second half, excuse me. Number 25 taking the free kick here. That's Ramirez. With the chance to tie it up here, and ends up in the hands of Stahl. Ouachita now has the ball in Newman's territory. Back and forth. Ends up with Newman. Grant Isbell with the steal there. Sends the ball to the right corner. See if Stankovic can track it down. He cannot, so it's going to be a Newman throw-in. Ouachita teammates encouraging their players to stay aggressive here. Newman able to get a deflection there. Trying to make something happen. There's a tackle that happens at the edge of the goal box. There's a stoppage here as well, just outside the goal box, and referee's going to give a yellow card there to number 5, James Jolly, coming from behind, trying to track down that ball, but not able to do so successfully without going through the Jets player there. Referee's going to take a second to log that one. Lucky for the Tigers, happened just outside of the goal box, otherwise we'd be looking at a penalty. It's Ouachita's 3rd yellow card of the day. Brings their season total up to 30 yellow cards. Ouachita builds a wall with 4 people. Deflected off of Ouachita's wall. Jets try and maintain pressure, but ends up back in the hands of Stahl. Ball ends up out of bounds there. Try to protect our camera. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Ouachita. Just over 25 minutes left to play in this one. If you've missed the action thus far, it's 2-1 Tigers. Tigers were able to score 1 early on in the first half. That one was by Henry Terry. And 1 here in the second half. Evan Jordan was able to get 1. The Jets have been able to score 1 as well. That one coming 2 minutes into the second half. That one was by Matabiku. Oh, and they're able to score another one. This time it's number 11. That is Morera, was able to put it on the right side of the goal there. Nobody except for Stahl was between him and the goal. Great assist by number 15, Matthew Roberts. It's Roberts' 2nd assist of the season. That's Morera's 1st goal of the season. And this is the first time that the Jets have been able to score 2 in a game. We're all tied up, 25 minutes left to go. Great play, just not enough Ouachita defenders between the offense of the Jets and their goalie. Made it hard for Stahl to cover so much ground. All tied up here at 2. New NCAA rules have any tie at the end of regulation ending as a tie. This is different from previous years where we would play 2 additional 15-minute quarters. James Jolly gets a steal there. He's looking to make something happen here in the Jets goal box. Marrera's going to end up back with it. He's going down the field. Too much contact that time by Gonzalez Gomez. Referee's going to award the Jets a free kick here. Ball ends up in the goal box. Stahl gets his hands on it. A little bit of contact. Marrera trying to go for a header there, making sure Stahl's okay. Good sportsmanship by him after his goal a couple minutes ago. Stahl boots it down the field. Both keepers here have excellent legs, have full capability to get it to the other side's goal box. Cordova sending it down the field. Ends up out of bounds off of Washita, so it's going to be a Jets throw-in. This time too much contact coming from the Jets. That's number 9, Robles, with too much contact. Rather 19, Cedric Price. Christian Baker's going to take the free kick from midfield. See if they can put themselves up by 1. Ball ends up in the goal box. Back and forth before it's cleared out of there by Newman. It's going to be a throw in. Gonzalez Gomez throwing it in here. Excellent attempt by Washita to score, and a couple opportunities, but Newman's defense able to keep their goal clean. Some back and forth in possession. Carno comes away with it. It's time to Bobby Boone. Jolly resets the play. Crosses to the middle of the field. Ball ends up out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw-in for Washita, this time by Braden Hall. This one ends up with Stankovic, who tries to put it in. Henry Terry gets his foot on it. That'll be his second of the game. No offsides call there. Great score by Henry Terry. Stankovic tried to get a piece of it. The ball continued to roll forward, and Terry was able to finish the play with a shot on goal that ended up as a goal. Incredible play by Washita. That's Terry's second of the game. Puts Washita up 3-2 with 20 minutes left to play. Washita definitely extending some of their stats this game. Again, coming into this game, they're averaging only about 6 shots a game. This time, able to get over 12. Puts themselves in a great position. They score about 1 for every 10 shots they take. The problem this season has been a lack of overall shots. Coming into the game, they had 93 compared to 334 shots a game. They're being outshot by opponents about 3-1. Not the story today, however. They're out shooting Newman State about 3-1. Offense definitely has some accuracy as well. Shot on goal percentage is about 50%. It's additionally what we've seen today. Put about 8 of their shots on goal. 5 of them being saves, but 3 of them they've found the back of the net. Washita clears it out there. Jets quick to play it back in. Good shot again. Morera looking for his second. Deflected by Washita. This one ends up the back of the goal box. It's going to be scooped up by Cordova. Have a stoppage of play here as we have a player down in Washita's goal box. This time number 24 is down. That's Garika Torres. Injury-filled game. I think this is the 4th injury break of the game we've had. 2 for Washita, 2 for the Jets. Torres limping off here. Get him subbed out. Both teams taking the opportunity to hydrate. $18:20 left to play. Henry Terry is from Bryant, Arkansas. He's a senior forward for the Tigers. He's having himself quite a day. 2 goals this game. It's his 3rd on the season. Players get ready to resume here. Ball's going to start back with the Jets keeper. Only other time Washita has scored 3 this season was at their win at Newman earlier this season. That one ended 3-1. This game at 3-2. If you're just able to join us now, we apologize for the lack of a score or time graphic, having some technical difficulties. Once again, you can find today's stats at obutigers.com/coverage. Got a couple of guys keeping the stats up to date. Stankovic tracking it down on the near side, sends a cross towards the goal. Cordova gets his hands on it, able to stop. That'll bring his save total up to 6 for this game. Ball ends up out of bounds. Be a throw in. Sanchez throwing it in. This one ends up with James Jolly at midfield. He tries to pass to Terry, ends up going out of bounds. There'll be a goal kick for the Jets. Get the ball into play very quickly. Jets trying to capitalize on Washita's players being down in the Jets side of the field. A little bit of confusion as there were a couple balls in play there. Get things sorted out. A lot of contact there. Christian Baker able to get his head on it, collides with a Jets player there. Be a free kick for Washita. That time, too much contact coming from Ramirez from the Jets on Christian Baker. Here we go, send the ball down the field. Again, Washita in black today, Jets in white. Be a Washita throw-in. So push there by number 19. Gonna stop plays. Daniel Mercarno is on the ground. Looks like he's in some pain. Referee may have a card here. We're gonna have the trainer staff come over to check on Mercarno. Yet another stop for an injury. Referee summons number 19 over Cedric Price. Gives him yellow. Mercarno finally gets up. Having some words there with Cedric Price. Referee not happy with it. Stop here. To figure out what's going to happen. Mercarno comes off. Substitutions being made here. Cedric Price is going to come off the field. That may have been his second yellow of today. His first. Correction, that was his first yellow of today. Bobby Boone's going to take the free kick here. 15 minutes left to play. Tigers up 3-2. Long stoppage here as they try to figure things out. Finally, we'll get this underway. Boone puts it at the edge of the goal box. Henry Terry looks at it. Number 27 for Washita puts it on the goal. Doesn't work out for him. That was Eli Jenkins trying to score on that play. Jenkins passes up to Jolly. Good stop there by Cordova. He's had a busy game this go round. 6 saves, 3 goals allowed. Jets have 14 minutes left to tie things up. Isbell gets it about midfield. Ball ends up back with Cordova, who's going to send it down the field. So Ramirez gets it, passing it around. Atangana sends it up the left side of the field, this time to Fitosa. Ball goes back to Fitosa, who puts it to the middle of the field. Jets trying to make something happen here. Milas ends up with it. 25 takes a shot, ends up too far to the right. It's going to be a goal kick for Washita. Got a substitution here. Mercano once again on the floor. They're going to stop the clock again for him. Once again, good sportsmanship by Marrera, helping him up. Baden Pond coming into the game. He'll replace Mercano after a couple sets of injury timeouts. Seems like a safe move. Vitosa passes it to the middle of the field. Washita now working up the far side of the field. Sends a through ball. Grant Isbell trying to track it down. He's gonna send it just to the left of the goal. It's gonna be a goal kick coming for Newman. Cordova scans the field. Sends it to the middle. Shot by Marrera again. This time Stahl's able to get his hands on it. Marrera definitely a threat when he's shooting. It's proven today with his goal coming 2 minutes into the second half. Henry Terry now getting a piece of the ball. A little bit of scuffle, ends up with the Jets. A lot of contact there. See who he awards the ball to. He's going to give it to the Jets. Ball ends up out of bounds off of Washita. It's going to be a throw in. Number 2, Huey throwing it in. Ball doing some back and forth here. Washita happy to keep it out of their territory. Jets trying to keep it in Washita's territory. Grant Isbell on the far sideline. Sends it to Gonzalez Gomez. Gomez sends it to the middle of the field. Isbell's going to have a shot at it. Deflected by the Jets. Ball's going to end up out of bounds. Going to be a corner for Washita here. Baden Pond taking this one. 9:42 left to play in the second half. Washita looking to extend their lead. Haven't scored over 4 this year. Have 3 on the board right now. Only other time they've done that is against Newman State. Jets on a fast break. Have the opportunity to make something happen. Dribble it to the middle. Too high. Wasn't able to get good contact with that one. Number 10, Mansion, was trying to look towards the goal there, but didn't get his whole foot on it, so it sails high. Have a substitution. Henry Terry coming out, replaced by number 16 for Washita, Marshall Prather. Maybe it for Terry this game, but he certainly helped his team while he was out here. His 2 goals giving Washita the lead. Morera trying to track it down. Stahl making sure the ball stays out of his own goal box, sends it deep. $8:15 left to play. Off of the head of Sanchez, ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for the Jets. Time now becoming a concern as they're playing very quickly. James Jolly gets the takeaway there. Washita has the lead, still playing aggressively. You say the best defense is a good offense. The high ball ends up back with Cordova. Stankovic now with it. Good dribbling. Gonna get a stop there. Vitosa gets his leg in the way of Stankovic, misses the ball. Gonna give Washita a free kick. Excuse me. Sanchez looks like he's gonna be the one to take the kick. Sends it into the goal box. Ends up in the hands of Cordova. Jets working the ball up. May have a chance here. Ball ends up high to the left, so Stahl will have a goal kick. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the game. Tigers up 3-2. It's warmed up about 5 degrees from the start of this one. We started at 80. It's now at 85. Definitely a warm one to play. Hydration definitely a key here. Effort by Marshall Prather there to track down the ball, but Cordova gets his hands on it right in time. Referee stops play after a handball. It'll end up as a free kick for Washita right at midfield. Some back and forth with the ball. Be a Washita throw in. Excuse me, they called a foul there, so it's going to be a Washita free kick. Baden Pond will take this one. Pond puts it in the goal box. It's going to end out. James Jolly looking at the goal, but ends up in the hands of Cordova. Washita trying to clear it out of their own side of the field. Jets working the ball up the far side of the field. A little far on the pass there by number 18, Caden Miller. Ball ends up out of bounds. Henry Terry coming back into play as number 16 for Washita. Marshall Prather comes back out. If I was Washita, I'd also want Terry there on the field. Referee stopping play for a moment. 3:53 left here to play. Take a break to get the clock reset here. We take a brief stop for some technical difficulties figuring out the clock. Finally get it figured out. We're going to resume play now. Jets now playing aggressively in Washita. It's a tackle by a Washita player. It's going to be right outside the goal kick. The goal box will be a free kick for the Jets. Jets lining up at the edge of the goal box. Try to tie things up here. Jets likely to cross the ball to the middle of the field here. Jets very close to the edge of the goal. Referee gives a yellow card there to number 11. That's Hagen Sanchez. This is the 5th one for Washita today. No consecutive, so all players able to stay on the field. Cross there. Sanchez now able to get the ball out of the goal box. Ends up out of bounds, so Jets will throw it in here. 3.5 minutes left to make something happen. Jets not surrendering to a loss here. Washita applying pressure even with the lead. Maintain that. Good touch by Stankovic. Dribbles around a player. Washita wants a foul there after a jersey pull by the Jets, but ends up Stankovic is the one who's given the foul. Stahl falls on the ball after a Jets free kick there. 2.5 minutes left to play. Score 3-2. Stahl sends the ball way down the field. It's going to end up down into the 3rd. Referee stops play. Grant Isbell, a little too much contact, so referee stops play there. Ball's going to go to Cordova. Two minutes left to play. Jets need to score here to tie things up. Ball ends up too far. It's going to be a Washita goal kick. A minute and a half here left to play. Washita taking their time. In no hurry to see the Jets have another opportunity to score. Kicks it deep to Grant Isbell. Henry Terry gets his foot on it. Isbell clears it down the field. Cordova now sends it down the field.
1 minute remaining.
58 seconds left to play. Too far on the pass there, but it's a stoppage anyway. Number 12 there, looking to pass the ball, got tangled up there with Baden Pond. It's going to be a free kick for the Jets. 48 seconds left to play. Good chance for the Jets to tie it up. Ramirez is going to take the free kick. Washita looks like they're going to be able to have a wall of 3 here. Terry, Isbell, and Pond there. Stahl directs traffic, make sure he can keep the goal clean. Lot of movement here. Ramirez takes the kick. Header goes to the back of the goal. That's going to tie it up with 45 seconds left. Great cross. This one scored by number 15. That's Matthew Roberts. Ramirez with a beautiful pass there to Roberts, able to head it in at the end of the play there. Score is 3-3, 43 seconds left. Incredible comeback to tie the game for the Jets. Barring a surprise here, game will end in a tie because of the effort there by Ramirez and by Roberts. Bobby Boone's going to send it deep. Both teams may try to capitalize here. Number 12 making a fast break. That's Etangana. He's going to shoot. Christian Baker gets it out of there. Gonzalez Gomez sends the ball down the field. This time, ball's staying near Washita's side. 12 seconds left to play.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Ball sent into Washita's goal box.
4, 3,
Number 25 going to have a shot at it. Too high. This game's going to end in a tie. Incredible ending by the Jets to come down 1 to tie the game there at the end. Once again, that was Ramirez on the free kick to Roberts, who was able to head it in. Washita had a comfortable lead for a lot of the game, just not able to finish the game, so both teams will add another tie to their record. Means Newman extends to 1-11-3. Washita extends to 1-10-4. First of these matches ended in a Washita win. This one ends with a tie. We thank you for joining us on our broadcast today. Welcome you to join us in future games. Thanks for joining us.